transfer portal stuff, crazy town. I think even more so than NIL, the transfer portal has thrown a wrench into the college football, recruiting, roster development building, because NIL stuff, I mean, this stuff's been kind of underground forever. It's just kind of brought into the light. But really, when you mix this, when you pair it with the transfer portal, then you're starting to get an elixir where there's going to start to be some problems. And so Quinn Ewers was the number one recruit in the 2022 class, reclassifies, comes into Ohio State early, gets there 2 weeks into training camp, really comes in so he can earn a lot of NIL cash. Because in Texas, where he's from, Southlake, you can't earn money as a high school player. Comes in early, gets these big NIL deals. The devil's always in the details of those, about how much money is going to be earned. Do you need to be a starter? Does your team need to be ranked? Is it this school? Is it that school? Is it transferable among schools? All those things need to be answered. And, the devil's in the details with it. And frankly, a lot of the agents or the advisors or whatever it might be, are they really incentivized to show anybody that? No. So they're going to keep it close to the vest. Quinn Ewers slid into the transfer portal after the season, said he didn't feel like he was getting the respect, the coaching. Ohio State brought in another quarterback in the next class because they're going to have guys be leaving and sliding in the portal, behind CJ Stroud. And you have to make sure you have at least 2 or 3, ideally 3 scholarship quarterbacks on your roster at any given point in time, no less than 2 guys who are ready, capable to be on the field. So Quinn Ewers emerges from the transfer portal back at Texas. He's down there, with Sarkisian. He had earlier committed to Tom Herman. Obviously, Tom Herman's job was in jeopardy, didn't finish up the season the way that he would have wanted, and ultimately gets fired. They bring in Sark this year, couldn't save it. The recruiting class with Ewers goes to Ohio State, but now he's back and he's returning to Austin. And so we'll see the level of success that he has down there. But, he's a big time dude, the number one guy, supposed to be in this class. Took a little pit stop in Columbus for about 3 months, made a boatload of cash, locally, nationally, was able to check all of those boxes. And that's, I think, as much as anything, where we're at now in college football is, and I don't blame these guys. Certainty of making it to the NFL. Yeah, you want to try to get there. But if you can make $250,000 a year in college, whether or not you play in the NFL, that's not a bad deal either. So Quinn Ewers, pair him up there with Bijan Robinson. We'll see how he develops at Texas. Kid's got a lot of talent. He's got some work and maturation, obviously all these things that need to happen on the field, but reemerging and now committing to the University of Texas. So he'll be continuing his career as a Longhorn.